Hi, boys and girls. My story for you today is about a little boy named Thomas. Thomas grew up in a Christian home where his parents read the Bible to him and prayed with him, and they had a happy home, and Thomas loved growing up there. But as he got older, he started making friends with people who weren't Christians. He thought what they were doing was way more exciting. Thomas's parents cared for him, and they warned him, "Don't do those things. You'll get in trouble and you'll get hurt." But Thomas thought, "I won't get hurt. That looks like so much fun. I want to do those things." And slowly, step by step, he drew away from God. Eventually, he even joined a gang. And in this gang, they did many naughty things, dangerous things. But it was so exciting. It was so exhilarating to do these things. And he wasn't getting hurt. He thought, "See, I can do these things and it's fine." And he drew farther and farther away from God. But Thomas's parents didn't give up on him. They kept praying for their son. One day, an ASAP gospel worker came and she met Thomas's parents. And they said, "Please, will you go visit our son?" She said, "Sure, I will." Her name was Sister Bao, and Sister Bao went and got all of her friends from the youth group, and she said, "Come and visit Thomas with me." And they came, and they visited Thomas and talked with him, and she shared her own personal testimony of how Jesus had changed her life. And she said, "Thomas, if you keep on living this wild life, it's going to ruin you. You're going to get hurt." And even though Thomas didn't want to, and he couldn't explain why, but somehow her words touched his heart. And he listened to her. And she said, "Thomas, will you come to church next Sabbath?" And Thomas said, "Yes, I will." And she said, "Do you pinky promise?" And he said, "Yeah, I pinky promise." And they joined their pinkies, and he pinky promised that he would go to church next Sabbath. Well, Sabbath came. And Sabbath went, and there was no Thomas at church. But Sister Bao didn't give up. She got her youth group friends together the next week, and they went to visit Thomas again. And again, they shared testimonies about Jesus. And again, she warned Thomas, "If you keep living this wild life, you're going to get hurt. Will you come to church this Sabbath?" And Thomas said, "Yeah, I'll come to church this Sabbath." She said, "Do you pinky promise?" "I pinky promise," he said. And again, they made a pinky promise that he would come to church this Sabbath. Well, Sabbath came, and Sabbath went, and there was no Thomas at church. Well, Sister Bao didn't give up. She and her friends went the third time to visit Thomas. And again, they shared testimonies about Jesus. And again, they warned him. And again, they invited him to church. And again, he made a pinky promise that he would be at church the third Sabbath. Well, the third Sabbath came, and the third Sabbath went, and there was no Thomas at church. Well, Sister Bao didn't give up. It was the fourth week, and she and her friends went again to visit Thomas. And again, they shared testimonies about Jesus. And again, they warned Thomas, "If you don't change your wild living, you're going to get hurt. Please come to church on Sabbath." And for the fourth time, Thomas stuck out his little finger, and he said, "I pinky promise I'll be there." Well, Sabbath came, and this time he thought he would go to church, but then his friends invited him to a party. And he thought, "Oh, it's way more fun to go to a party." So they went to the party instead of going to church. And at the party, they were drinking things they shouldn't have been drinking. And it made their minds cloudy and confused. And we call that being drunk, and they were drunk. And because they were drunk, they started doing things that were dangerous, things they probably would never have done if they had had a clear mind. Well, they were doing these dangerous things, and sure enough, you know what happened? Thomas got hurt. And guess where he got hurt? right on his pinky finger, the same pinky finger that he had used to make a pinky promise. And it got hurt so badly they had to rush him to the hospital, and the doctor was able to sew the finger all back together. They thought at first that he might even lose that finger, but praise the Lord, the doctor was able to help him, and it was able to start healing, and he bandaged it all up. And Thomas sat there and he looked at his bandaged finger, the same finger he had promised with, and he thought, you know, my wild life, it really isn't fulfilling me very much. It really isn't doing for me what I thought it would do. And you know, Sister Bao and her friends, they seem way happier than I am. I think I'm gonna go to church. And you know what, children? The very next Sabbath, Thomas was at church. And he was there the Sabbath after that, and the Sabbath after that, and the Sabbath after that. And you know what? Today, Thomas is a youth evangelist also. And he supports 2 house churches with over 125 members. He's way happier today than he ever was when he was in the gangs. And he will tell you that it's way more exciting to win souls for Jesus and see their lives transformed than it was to be in the gangs that he thought were so exciting before. And that's a pinky promise.